Hello everyone, my name is Srijita. As you can see from the thumbnail, today we are going to talk about how I cleared Indigo's interview as a cabin crew and direct selection. And I have divided the entire video in 4 stages, like the whole interview stages was divided into 4 steps. So it's easy for you to understand how the interview went by. So at the end of the video, we're going to talk about few little bit of hacks and a little bit of my suggestion for your upcoming interview so that it's easy for you to crack the interview. Without wasting much of your time, let's jump right into the video. So the interview was going to start from 8 in the morning till 12. I reached there at around 10:30 or 11, and when I went there, a lot of candidates were already done with the interview, and there were a few candidates who were still waiting, and it was a hall uh, packed with people. Okay, beautiful ladies, very smart, very confident, and amazing environment over there. So after we reached there, we sat for a while, and then the HR came and she said that she handed us our own serial number. It's like a token number or a serial number. You have to memorize that. So for me, it was around 94 or 95 as such. So the first stage is that after you reach the venue, they will give you a serial number. That's it. Second stage is that the HR will divide you into a group of 12 people, and then she's going to ask you to write your age, passport expiry date, and the serial number. That's about it. Okay, and then she's going to ask you questions. Now the questions are different for freshers and the questions are different for experienced people. So I am an experienced crew. However, I'm going to tell you what she asked for the fresher group who got selected as well. Fresher candidates, sorry. And so now for freshers, they asked that why do you think that aviation is important in the near future? Please make a note about it and prepare your answer beforehand if you come across this kind of question so that it's easier for you to answer it. Yes. And second question that was asked, that who is your role model and why? Okay, very basic question and very easy as well. However, the situation is such that many of the candidates were very nervous, and then they were a bit scared, so they fumbled a little bit, and it's fair enough. I will give you the tricks or the tips how to avoid that. And now coming to the point, what she asked for experienced crew. Now for me, I am trained in A350, Airbus 350, Boeing 787-8, 787-9, 321 and other fleets of aircraft. So now she asked me very basic questions from 350, Airbus 350, like the doors and everything as such, and what are the maximum passenger capacity of that aircraft, how many doors are there, what are the emergency exits for those doors. And for 320 also she asked very basic questions, how many emergency doors are there. And so in general, for me, as far as I remembered, I gave the answer and it was okay. Now moving on to the next stage 3. So in this stage, the candidates who were selected in that first round were moved to the communication round. So for now, the communication rounds are held by the HR over video call. Okay, there were 4 HRs who took the interview over video call, and the questions, guys, I won't be able to tell you because the questions were all very random, very basic. So for example, people who were not from Kolkata, so the HR asked that, where are you from? The person said that I'm from a place. So he asked or she asked that, okay, then tell me what is the difference between Kolkata and from the place you belong from. First question that I came across. Second question was that, for these are all the questions that was asked to a fresher. I'm going to tell you what are the questions that were asked to the experienced as well. So second questions that was asked was that, can you speak Hindi? And the person or the candidate, the lady, she said that yes, I can speak Hindi. So the HR asked that, okay, then could you please speak in Hindi, like introduce yourself in Hindi. Third question was that, again, who is your role model? This was the second time that this question was getting repeated. Who is your role model and why? Fourth question that I heard, and I was thinking that I didn't thought of it much, but then, so the HR was asking that, could you please tell me in kilometers that how far is the venue from your place? Okay, give out any random numbers, not like 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer, give out any random numbers. I drive, so I have a bit idea about how much far it can be from the venue. However, I did say that out loud, and it was close. I later on checked, it was close as well. The whole purpose behind asking this kind of question is they want to check that how confident you are and how confidently you can just say that, it's 1 kilometer. maybe you're living in a different state, but you have to be confident enough to say that it's 1 kilometer. Okay, moving on to what are the questions that was asked for an experienced candidate. So they will ask you how many years of experience you hold, and second question that they asked was how many fleets are you trained on. Third question was asked that was there any incident on board that led you to consult a doctor later on or a counseling later on. For me, it was yes, because I had a death on board, and for that, not only me, but it's a general and a mandatory procedure for the aviation. So you have to consult the counseling after that. And fourth or fifth question was asked that, can you explain any medical emergency that happened on board? Which was again related, for my case, it was related to the third question. So I explained it to her. And fourth question was that, did you ever encountered any passenger who was when you had to bend the rule and you had to merge safety with service? So now coming on to fourth round. Okay, fourth round is the BMI round. So now candidates who got selected in the communication round were moved to the BMI round. Now for the BMI round, they're going to check your height, your weight. So the minimum height requirement is 155 centimeters for Indigo, and make sure your BMI falls into the range as well. That's about it. They're going to check your height and weight, and then they're going to ask you to stand afar, and then they're going to check your eyesight. After that, they're going to check for color blindness check as well. So you have to read, there will be a booklet where you're going to read the numbers, and you have to read all the numbers as well. There are a few pages that are blank purposely, so do not get nervous for that. Okay, and after that, they're going to check your scars till here, till here they're going to check your scar. Okay, scar or any tattoo, and they're going to check your scar and tattoo on your legs as well, from your knee to your feet. Okay, that's about it. After it's done, they're going to write it down, and then you have to wait for some time. So after our BMI was done, we were asked to wait for 10 minutes, and then our final round, that's the personal one-on-one round, took place. And then, oh my goodness, so now comes the stage for the final round, the personal interview round. And so with the personal round, she asked me how many years I worked as a cabin crew, what are the airlines I worked. Again, same question. She asked me what is the difference between these two companies, and one thing that you want to change and one thing you do not want to change. This was the question that was asked to me. For the fresher, she asked that, are you willing to work on irregular time schedule? The second question that was asked to a fresher was, how was aviation useful in recent times? She gave a wonderful answer, and it made sense as well. And that was it. We were asked to wait for some time. Now, what happened? So when the HR was saying this to a group of ladies out there that, okay, ladies, we are going to give you a break for 30 minutes or so. Go have lunch so that we can have a lunch as well. And we're going to come back at XYZ time. And then we're going to, disclose the result. So I couldn't hear it because I was talking to my mother, and I saw that they were in a group, and I was like, my goodness, they are saying something. I need to run. And I asked the HR, sorry, miss, I was a bit late. I was quite occupied over there. I missed something. What was it? And they just said, guess what? They just said, congratulations, you're selected. Okay. I'm a very calm and composed person. If you have seen me in the interview, do mention in the comment section. I would love to interact with you guys. But then I'm a very calm and composed person. So when I heard this, I was jumping like anything but inside. Okay. However, I maintained my demeanor, my calm and composed personality that I am, because of course I'm an introvert. I cannot disclose my emotions that easily. And that was it. And then we waited. After 30 minutes, the HR came, and she disclosed the results. So I was selected in the direct interview round, and there was one lady as well. She got selected. She was a fresher. She got selected as well. So from experience, I got selected, and from fresher, she got selected. Okay, 2 of us were selected, and 7 of them were selected for PhD training. Okay, so for PhD training, if you guys have any confusion, I will make a separate video regarding this, because the PhD training has been changed completely. It's not like that it used to be before. Now it's completely changed, and whether you should do it or not, I will give you the pros and cons for that, so that you can decide it, and what are the charges, and everything will be covered up in that video. So don't worry about it. Okay. So yes, 7 of them were selected for the PhD training. Then the HR said that out of 157 candidates that came for the interview that day, 2 people selected got selected for the interview, like direct selection, and 7 for the PhD. My God, I'm like, how can I say, I'm forever grateful to Krishna and Radharani for this. I mean, it's a blessing, really. It's a really blessing, and I'm truly grateful for that. And all the very best to all the candidates who are going for the interview. Do mention in the comment section that how your interview went and how was the rounds. I am 100% sure that you will get through the interview. Do not get panicked. Do not get nervous. That's the only thing I want to put emphasis on, because majority of the scenario, what was happening in the interview is that the HR was asking question, but then people were so nervous that they could not answer it. Okay, please do not get nervous. There is a word that I always go by, and I never, touch wood, I never failed in any interview. It was like, fake it till you make it. Okay, if you're nervous, you know it. No one knows about it. Okay, fake it that you're confident. Say something, at least say something, because if you don't say something, how the HR is going to evaluate your CV, your personality, or anything as such. Okay, work on your BMI as well, because in India, BMI is an factor that they take into consideration. Sometimes it is very true that I saw people who have amazing communication skills. The BMI was perfect, have amazing communication skill as well. However, they were still not selected. I would say that it's purely based on luck as well. So maybe not this one, maybe something better is waiting for you. Always believe that something what's meant for you will eventually happen. So all the very best. And yes, I will make a video about PhD training, what is going to take place after your interview. And that's about it. I wish you all the very best, guys. I am sure that you're going to do great in the interview. Okay, there is no doubt about it. Okay, if you need any help, do mention in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel. It's my first vlog. Subscribe to the channel, and if you like it, it's completely free. If you like the video, if you found it helpful and informative, do give a thumbs up or a like. And that's about it. See you on board. Okay, see you on board. Let's fly together. Yeah.